If you've been feeling rushed, overwhelmed, or like your mind never gets a moment to rest, you're not alone. Today's video shares 7 gentle practices that can help you slow down, feel grounded, and return to a place of peace. Welcome to Serene Carpiella, a place where women transform into the relaxed woman they aspire to be. Now, let's begin. This is in no particular order, but I would like to start with something we are all familiar with, and that is plan your day ahead. If you've been in the productivity space for quite a while, you would have heard this multiple times, but it is that important. If you don't plan your day just takes you in 100 different directions, and you just kind of pick up everything as it goes, and you end up not achieving much during the day. You end up having to rush because maybe you spent your early hours not really doing anything productive, and then all of a sudden you start realizing, I need to get this done and that done and that done, and then you start rushing, and that is how you feel overwhelmed. This means if you don't want to feel overwhelmed today, you have to plan for it, maybe the night before, or you can plan your week ahead, or you can even do it in the morning, but just before the day takes over. You have to set what are my priorities. You have to be clear about that. What is it that if I accomplish today, I know my day has not been wasted. You have to prioritize what are the main things that I need to achieve today. You have to have a focus on where is this day headed. And I'm not trying to tell you to plan every hour or every 2 hours of the day. Just have an idea of what is today going to be like. The next tip is about focusing on one thing at a time. This might sound super obvious, but we, especially women, tend to do so many things at once. We're trying to listen to a podcast, we're trying to clean, which I don't really find to be a bad combo, but we're trying to do so many things that require our attention, and then we divide our attention into so many places and nothing really gets done in the best manner, and at the end of the day we also feel overwhelmed. We're cooking and cleaning at the same time. We are loading clothes in the washer, and I don't know, just you're always trying to do multiple things at the same time. It will get overwhelming for you. So just focus on one thing at a time, especially if those tasks are things that require you using your brain. Slow down and conquer one goal of yours at a time. Don't try to do multiple things at a time. You might think you're being productive, but actually you're slowing yourself down. You're wearing yourself out more quickly, and you are doing low quality work at the end of the day. Pretend you don't have any other thing you have to do when you're doing one thing. And after you've completed that task, close it completely. You're done with it for that day, and then move to the next task. Don't try to do too many things at the same time. Tip number 3 is to write things down. Sometimes we just have to take a pen and a paper and write things out to end the feeling of overwhelm. And if you don't want to do it with a pen and paper, you can do it on your notes app. Just outline what is it I need to get done today. When you write things down, you know clearly what is an emergency and what isn't. You stop panicking about forgetting things, and you say things that the things you need to do are not actually a big deal as you think they are when you just have them up there in your head. And you're able to cancel out unnecessary things when you actually write them out or reschedule them for a future date. It's very important to write things down all the time. You even just feel this clarity in your head, like a weight has been lifted from your head space, and it's just less foggy and congested when you write things out. One thing you have to take note of is after you've written those things out, don't just leave the list. Actually start working on what you need to work on, because after you felt that relief, if you don't start working on what is it you need to work on, you're going to start getting anxious again. So start working on the task one at a time and cancel them out. There's also this feeling of fulfillment when you're canceling things out in your list of things you need to get done. And moving on to tip number 4, it is to outsource if you can. And you have to look at that list you've come up with. Okay, what are the things that only me can do? And then you do those. But things that you can outsource, you can maybe pay someone to do it, or you can ask your family and friends to help you out without imposing on them or making their life too inconvenient. It's something that they can easily handle. You simply ask them. Sometimes it can even be just acquaintances, someone you know is good at something that they don't really consider it as work, but it has been a bottleneck on your life. You just reach out to them and ask them and they'll be willing to help you. It can even be your neighbors. Try to outsource the things you can and do only the things that you need to do and the things that will give you the most value out of your time. The next tip is to take pauses throughout the day. Sometimes when we're feeling overwhelmed, you're just rushing, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And that is not what will reduce the overstimulation. We just need to stop. Some things you can do after you pause is to meditate. I'm not talking about, become a monk kind of meditation. Just sit down and just quiet your mind. Set a timer for 5 minutes and don't think about anything. Just maybe focus on your breathing and allow yourself to just be silent, be quiet. Your mind will drift to different places. Observe the thought and come back to where you are. It will drift again. Observe the thought and come back to where you are. Don't react to the thoughts. Don't allow yourself to start ruminating on those thoughts. Come back to where you are. Just don't force the silence in your head as well. Just observe them and let them go. Observe and let them go. When your 5 minutes timer is ringing, you turn it off and then continue with your day. Another thing you can do is drink water. Just get a bottle or a glass of water, sit down and sip it gently, sip it slowly. Don't gulp it down, just sip it. Some prefer warm water, some prefer chilled water, anyone that works for you. Just make sure you're sipping the water slowly, and this literally takes just a couple of seconds to do, and you'll be hydrated. Your skin will thank you, your body will thank you, and even your mind will thank you for observing that pause. Another tip is to go for a walk. I know we tend to think of walking as just a waste of time, but it can really, really clear your mind. Just go to work and don't listen to anything. Go to, even if it's a 5-minute walk down a short path, and walk back home. And you will feel a lot clearer in your head, a lot less rushed. Look at the greenery around you. Try to breathe deeply while you're taking the walk. Another thing you can do to take a pause is to eat. And I'm not talking about eating junk food and just stuffing your face with any random snack you find in the house. I'm talking about eating a good meal. Sometimes when we are hungry, we tend to get quite anxious, and we don't even realize that is what is causing our anxiousness. So eat food, eat a good healthy meal. Your body will thank you. The next tip is to stop chasing quick dopamine. So I've given you alternatives of things you can do to stop chasing quick dopamine, which is meditating, drinking water, going for a walk, becoming aware of your thoughts, eating a good meal. So what are some examples of cheap dopamine we typically do? One of them is binge watching or scrolling for hours and hours, binge eating as well, or just snacking all the time. Sometimes it is as unhealthy as substance abuse or watching the things you're not supposed to watch. You know what I'm talking about. This tip and the last one are really game changers for me that I don't see a lot of people talking about. And the next tip is to think about the consequences. So what I mean is you should think about what is the consequence of not doing this thing that I think I need to do immediately. The thing that's making you rush so much. What will happen if you don't rush and do it? Is somebody going to come and beat you? Is the world going to end if you don't finish that task at the even time you want to finish it? Are you going to lose your job if you don't finish it? Do things that we don't even need to rush in a rushed manner. So you have to calm down and think, okay, why am I rushing? Do I need to actually rush? Another thing you have to think about is, can you actually control this thing you're panicking about? Some things are out of our control and we just have to let go and allow things to unravel the way they're supposed to unravel. Wish for the best. Not everything is under your control. Control the things you can and leave the rest to whatever you believe in and hope for the best. The last tip is your emergency is not my emergency. This is so incredibly important. When you're doing something and somebody is rushing you, and that pressure that they are giving to you is not even yours. It's theirs, but they are imposing their own pressure on you. And then you just pick up on that energy and you also get overstimulated and you just start rushing to finish a task that you don't even need to rush to finish. You stop it, you will just feel a lot of calmness in your life. I especially practice this when I'm driving. And then people are just horning all the time. Where I come from, where I live, people use their horn all the time. They used to try to, move so that they can also move and get to where they're trying to get to on time. Right now, I just think, if you like, climb my car. That's what I think. And I just continue driving at the pace I want to drive. If they want to rush and pass me by, that's fine. But their emergency is not my emergency. I also interact with clients who are just rushing. And if I can't do the work that they want me to do as quickly as they want to get it, I simply tell them, sorry, I cannot take your order. I know I want the money, but I do not want to risk my peace of mind. So it's either they're patient with me or they go and find someone who can actually do what they want as quickly as they want without me having to compromise my own peace of mind. This also happens with family members. As much as we love them, their emergency is not our own emergency. Of course, we should help out in the best way we can with our family and friends, but don't let their problems take over your life as well. You need to be grounded in order to help them. That's all I have for this video. If you got anything for this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Thank you for spending your time with me, and don't forget, life happens in the process of becoming. So enjoy the process to enjoy your life.